Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. I am sitting at a very different place because I'm staying at my grandparents for the time being. Today is the 21st of June, and if you haven't been updated with my latest vlogs, I have talked about my new job at a library, and my official title is a librarian assistant. And I feel very, I feel very happy about it. Like I said, today it's the 21st, and I have some clips from today where we went on a nice little trip for the day. This vlog is going to be mostly focused on what I do around here because I don't know how much I will be able to talk to you guys. But I wanted to update you and vlog still because in a couple of days there is the holiday that is called Midsummer here in Sweden. Many of you might have seen the, horror movie Midsummer. I haven't. Or Midsommar, the Swedish name. Midsummer in Sweden is not like that movie. But yeah, I wanted to show you what my Midsummer is going to look like, how that is in Sweden, because you always see the writing part of me, but you don't really see my culture and where I come from. I might say Sweden and you might not know what it is like in Sweden. So I want to show you more of my country and my culture and stuff like that. More of myself, more of me, I guess. But I also wanted to talk about writing. And the good news is I have officially reached 42,000 words in my manuscript. I'm sorry I didn't vlog when I reached 40k, but I did that yesterday. So yesterday was the 20th of June and I reached 40k in my manuscript. Halfway through the goal of 80k, I have not reached the midpoint of my story. I am on chapter 26 or 27 and the midpoint is beginning at 29. What I have been thinking about a lot while writing recently is that I have a lot of side characters that doesn't really have that much page time. For example, the side character that becomes really special, like a special close friend to my female main character. She has not had a lot of page time and we haven't gotten to know her, and she is the main character of the third book. So I need to build her character more in this one, because in the first book we got to see a lot of the main character of book 2 as a side character in book 1. So I need to build a lot on the third book's main character, and that means introducing her way earlier on in the story, because as of right now she's introduced in the 16th chapter and I'm on chapter 27 and we don't really see her in between chapter 16 and chapter 27. So before that I need to put her in some more scenes just so the reader will actually care for her. She needs to be has a bigger role in the beginning part of this book, and that means that I have to rewrite some scenes. I need to add her in a couple of scenes that she would fit in, and I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow or start working on that tomorrow. I don't want to wait until I have finished the whole first draft until I go back and fix those things. I have also thought about, there's a second side character that is important to my male protagonist, it's his brother, and he doesn't have a lot of page time either, but he is not as important to the story overall. And I feel like here's the hole that I have dug myself into with writing a murder mystery. I have a lot of side characters because I need to have a lot of suspects and potential victims and red herrings and whatever. So I have a lot of side characters, but all the scenes that are important to my main characters, that has to do with each other as a romantic couple, or separate with other conflicts and characters surrounding those conflicts. But then we have the murder mystery aspect of the book, and that adds a lot of side characters that I don't know what to do with and I don't know how important I want them to be. I also went through and strengthened that side character because I had an idea of how I wanted her to be, and then when I wrote her she wasn't like that at all, and I meant for that side character to be grumpy, because in the third book there's going to be a grumpy and sunshine trope, and so that side character, the main character of book 3, she's meant to be very grumpy and bitter, but she was very seductive and very smooth in the first way that I wrote her, and I wanted to change that, so I did. And she could have been that way, but when I thought about writing her as a main character in book 3, I can't really write her as such because I don't feel like the story that she is meant to have doesn't fit in with that kind of vibe. And so the plans for tomorrow is, like I said, to rewrite those scenes and add to those scenes. And if I get done with that, I will try to draft some more like maybe 1,000 words or something. Yeah, I will update you along the way, and I will also film a lot during the holiday. Hello and welcome to a new update. I didn't update you yesterday, but I am going to update you now of what I did yesterday. As you saw in the clips, I went out fishing in the evening and it was really nice. But before that, we have just been preparing for midsummer. So we have been cleaning the whole house and I have also been writing. So like I talked about in the first clip, I had a plan of going back in like 4 or 5 chapters and changing all those chapters to strengthen a certain side character that is going to be the main character in book 3. And I did all of that, all the scenes with her. I did strengthen, I added her in way before, so we got to know her before. I know that I probably need to go back and add more to those scenes because now I don't really have anything, like any real dialogue with her, like between the main character and her. So I have added her in, all of those things are, good, they are done. Need to probably add more, but I have one scene left and I needed to rewrite because I was uncertain about this scene when I wrote it. I thought that it may be too soon because it was really the first chapter. It was the 9th chapter, but it was the first chapter where my 2 main characters actually kind of see that they like certain things about each other. This is a slow burn romance, kind of enemies to lovers, hate to lovers. And that was the first chapter where they actually liked each other. And I felt like it was a bit too soon. So I have like certain scenes and certain elements of it where the male lead, my second main character, where he actually finds the female main character very attractive and kind of has to fight his attractiveness for her because he has some internal struggles that he needs to face before he can actually like open up to her. Because I like that trope very much, where the man likes the woman before he's the first one to like the other one. That's one trope that I wanted to have in this one, because in the first book, I don't really go heavy on the tropes with the romance especially. Like I have like a one bed trope kind of, and I have forced alliances there as well. Apparently I do love that stuff, but that romance is kind of more like a mutual respect and love, like falling in love at the same time. But this one is different because I wanted to focus on the romance a bit more on this one. But considering all the changes I have made, I'm still doubting if I should have certain characters in this book. And I thought about this especially because I have been reading My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, and it is a murder mystery romance. I know I shouldn't compare a high fantasy book to a like contemporary romance with a murder mystery element. It is very different. The tone is very different, but I see how she has done the murder mystery and she has decided not to like have that many characters. I think there is 3 characters and a 4th that comes in and out. I'm only 60% through with the book, but I do think that I should like cut some characters and strengthen some characters. I didn't really think about this with the first one. I know I have characters in the first book that is not prominent like in the whole book. They are in certain scenes and they maybe are in just a certain chapter, but I still feel like since I am in just one place in this book, I am only in the palace, and there is where the murder takes place or the murder mystery takes place. I feel like I can't just go and name drop and introduce like every single important character to the castle, like to the palace. Every worker there is important to them, every counselor is important to them, but it is not important to the reader. And that's the thing that I need to like figure out. I'm not gonna go through all of those now. I'm going to save it for the editing of this book, like my first round or so edits by myself. But that's just a thing that I have been thinking about and I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I ended up yesterday writing like 400, 500 more words. I added those to the story, and then I took away 600 words because of that scene. So I'm gonna try to like write 600 words more, like a rewrite of that scene with my male main character. And I need to like pinpoint what my focus is for that scene. I can't really focus on the main conflict, and I can't really focus on a big part of his inner conflict, but I need to find like my focus point for that scene. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna watch Abby Emmons' live stream, and then for the rest of the day, I'm probably going to finish My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I love Tessa Bailey so much, and I love her TikToks, and I love her books. I have read every single traditionally published book. I think My Killer Vacation is traditionally published as well. It Happened One Summer, great book. Hook, Line and Sinker, not really as great, but still a great book. Like her Fix Her Up series, not as good as the Ballinger sister series, but My Killer Vacation is like, it's so good. This was a very long clip of me just talking. If you have any thoughts on this matter, like, do you think I should keep the characters considering it is a high fantasy and I can get away with it? Or do you think I should like make the book a little bit like narrower when it comes to characters, to try to focus on the main conflict and the main characters and not really that many side characters? And I also want to know what you're writing right now. Are you thinking about these things as well while you're drafting? Or are you editing and thinking about these things? Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now and actually write. Hello everyone, welcome back to the end of this writing vlog. It's the 1st of July, and I know I haven't filmed a lot of writing for this vlog, and I'm sorry about it, but I have been really busy with work at the library, and I'm not complaining. I find it really fun. The last couple of days I have had like full days at the library, other times I'm just having half a day. So today, for example, 1st of July, I'm working from 13 o'clock, so midday, up until 5 o'clock. So a shorter amount of time working. Still, a lot of my day goes away because of that. So I haven't been able to write anything. Like for this week, I have not written anything, I believe. But I did write today because we didn't have anything planned for the first half of the day. It's 11:23 o'clock, so I'm gonna get ready soon to go. But I have been writing today, so I watched Abby Emmons' last live stream on this writing retreat in June that she has been doing, and I was able to write 1,637 words, and I am officially at the midpoint chapter of my story. This is the midpoint chapter for my female main character, and I have just begun the chapter. I have only written 647 words on this one, so the chapter is separated into 2 parts. First part has to do with the murder mystery, and then the second part has to do with my main character's inner conflict and another part of the mystery, I guess. So I consider that maybe halfway through. I don't think this chapter is going to be that long. So I'm at the midpoint of my story, and I am, like, the total word count for my story as of now is 48,249. So almost 50k. I do wish that this story is a little bit shorter, because that would make the editing a lot easier, and I will just have to wait and see when I read this and edit it if the pacing works this way, like if it's good this way, or if I need to change the pacing in certain areas, like switch around certain events. The way that I have planned the events right now is the best option, because if I would change like the order of events, I would need to change a lot of my story, because it's such a linear kind of murder mystery, and because every single scene is like a domino effect of the last one. Like, it's very interconnected, this whole book. I'm at chapter 29, so as of now I have 49 chapters in this book. So I am at chapter 29, and I'm sorry for the creepy little gnome up there, but I'm on chapter 29, and I have 49 chapters, so I have 20 chapters left to write. So, as you can see, Pacing wise, the second half is a little bit shorter than the first half, both chapter wise and probably length wise when it comes to like words. The second half is as fast paced as the first half, but there's big events happening, not that many small ones to lead up to the mystery and that kind of stuff. We have some big romantic scenes coming up. We have some big murder mystery scenes and like inner conflict scenes coming up. Yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm glad that I was able to write some more today, and I'm glad that I have officially reached the midpoint of my story. It's the beginning of July, and hopefully I will be done with this first draft in the end of July, beginning of August. So the things coming up in this chapter are really fun. And then for the 2 other chapters, it is kind of like a romantic conflict, or it's building the romantic connection, I guess. The other half of Act 2 is a lot of interconnected murder mystery or murder investigation and the romance building, because it kind of goes hand in hand with some of the events. And then for the beginning of Act 3, there's like the disaster moment and everything goes wrong. Or first there's the victory moment and then the disaster moment. So they think everything is good, that's beginning of Act 3, and then they're hit with a roadblock and everything goes to hell. And then it's like done. I have the main like climactic confrontation in this book is a couple of chapters. So thinking about this, there's still a lot to write, but I have everything already planned out, so this will go very smooth. I'm hoping it will go very smooth. But with that said, I'm gonna go. So leave a like, leave a heart, a like, comment below what you thought of this video. I think you got to see a lot of like what I usually like to do when it's summer here in Sweden. And I didn't film that much of Midsummer, but we had just a smaller gathering with the family and not a lot going on, really. I have had a lot of adventures up until now, and it's only July 1st. So I will start a new vlog hopefully next week, and I'm going to try to do some more like 4K days, and I'm gonna film the whole process and take you along with me when I finish up the second half of Act 2. But with that said, subscribe because I post a new video every week, every Thursday. Comment below what you thought of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!